I don't know if you guys have been following the Florida man or Florida policeman story of Andrew Jacob Lawson. But yesterday, the state attorney's office upgraded his charges. He is now facing second-degree murder with a firearm. In Florida, that's a life felony. And he's facing a minimum because there's a firearm under the 1020 life statute that we have down here of 25 years. And why that's so significant is that he previously was offered a plea deal that capped his time at 7 years, which could have been served on probation, not necessarily prison time, in a negotiated plea for manslaughter. The judge ultimately rejected that plea. Let's rewind on how we got here. The backstory is that on December 3rd, 2022, off-duty Brevard County Sheriff's deputy at the time, Andrew Lawson, who was 22 years old, and his roommate slash best friend Austin Walsh, who was 23, were playing Call of Duty at their shared apartment in Palm Bay, Florida. During a break in the game, Lawson picked up a Glock 34 9mm handgun that he'd recently purchased and says he believed was unloaded. He jokingly pointed it at Walsh, pulled the trigger, and at first it was a dry fire. Nothing happened. He then racked the slide to chamber around, pulled the trigger again, this time fatally shooting Walsh in the face head area. Lawson immediately called 911, apparently was distraught on this 911 call, and was cooperative with investigators, and was formally charged with manslaughter with a firearm. Earlier this year, back in January, Lawson pleaded guilty to manslaughter as part of this plea deal that was negotiated with the state attorney's office, and that agreement, as said earlier in this video, would have capped his possible sentence at a maximum of 7 years in prison, or possibly probation would have been on the table. During the plea hearing, Lawson took the stand, apologized to the Walsh family, expressed his remorse, and was crying on the stand. At the sentencing hearing a few weeks after that, victim impact statements were delivered. So Walsh's family expressed their concerns. They were strongly opposed to the plea. They said it was too lenient. A firearms instructor also talked about deputy training, that, never point a gun at someone you don't intend to shoot. So Circuit Judge Michelle Neighborhouse rejected the plea deal. She had noted that he could still tender the plea without a cap of 7 years on the sentencing, but Lawson opted to withdraw the plea. So then just yesterday, April 16th, prosecutors, state attorney's office upgraded the charge to second-degree murder, which again is a life felony here in Florida. And it doesn't look to me like they're introducing any new evidence at this time on the docket. It just seems like they're looking at the facts again and saying, you know what, we charge this as second-degree murder. And again, with that 10 to 20 to life here in Florida, because of that firearm use, if he's convicted, he's looking at a minimum of 25 years. So it looks like unless another plea deal is reached and then accepted by the judge, this one would be heading to trial. So let me know if you heard about this. Let me know what you think. To me, you read the caption, it's man shot in face while playing Call of Duty by best friend. But there's an update, and let me know if you heard about this and let me know what you think.